What is up, YouTube? Today we are going on an adventure. Now this is a little bit different to what we normally do on this channel. Well, and the reason it's different is because I've bought a £200 car off Auto Alex, and well, we're going to take it on a road trip with my mate Hamilton, all across Wales, and then at the end we need to find out whose car's best. And what better way to do that than having a special guest on the channel to tell us which car he prefers. So let's get into it. I had to make this video today because I'm absolutely buzzing. I've just bought a car off the Auto Alex lot. Even Cooper's excited. So how did this come about? Well, I've got a mate called Hamilton. And in fact, he's bought multiple cars from the Auto Alex squad over the last year or so. He bought the red Range Rover that was seen carrying the Cara Cottage. He's also now just bought another car. Now this car went on the island road trip. Now, what's better than having one car from the road trip? It's two. So Hamilton asked Taylor and Alex whether I could buy the car. And well, this is the message I got back.
Yes, Hamilton, you can buy Ralph. How much that?
Got to be £1,000, isn't it?
Just tell him to come and get it. He's taking a piss now.
So you can give me 200 quid, he can have it.
There you go. You heard it here first. 200 quid. He can have it.
Right, I need to go find 200
There's only
quid.
one stipulation. We want it in Dogecoin, and it's got to be gone by this afternoon.
200 quid in Dogecoin, the challenge is on. So, in just a few days' time, and with 200 quid in Dogecoin, there's going to be something new in the garage. And well, I think a 220,000 mile Skoda will be pretty happy in this company. 458 Italia, 360 Modena, and then hell yeah, there's going to be a Skoda right there. So I'm about to go out, but I've just seen that Auto Alex has posted the video. So this is the first time I'm seeing my Skoda. Now I get to pick it up next Friday and I am buzzing. The story was meant to end there, the final trip, scrapyard. What we're able to do is take it on another journey, take it further. Today's a very long one. It is car collection day, but we have to do a few things first. First of all, drop the Ferrari off at Bob Houghton's up in Cheltenham. Then we're driving down to Bristol. That's where we are then meeting up with Hamilton. Hamilton's then taking us to Reading to meet Taylor, and then we get Ralph the Skoda. So let's get going. Cars are ready to go. So the Ferrari was dropped off at Bob Houghton's, and it's safe to say it's definitely in the right place. The cars that were in that collection or in that garage were just another level. So what we did was we jumped in the 458 and we got down to Bristol to meet our mate Hamilton. So what's better than one car to go into Auto Alex? Well, it's two, and well, we've brought out Tina for the day. Look at her in all of her splendour and beauty, and well, there's the proud owner. So let's go and collect Ralph.
Love how like understated they are.
So when we were up at Bob Houghton's, they had a 612 up on the ramp.
Did they?
Yeah, and I don't know what it was, but it looked expensive for whatever it needed doing.
It will be, because it's a front engine V12 Ferrari, so everything's going to be expensive.
Oh.
But I don't know why, but I just absolutely love the oddball Ferraris, the 456 and the 612s, and they're one of my two favourite Ferraris of all time.
It's interesting though, isn't it? Because you've literally gone for the stuff that's less popular.
Yeah, I know.
Which works in your favour.
Conveniently the cheapest as well, which is really handy for when I do eventually take. Everyone subscribe so I can buy a 456 and ruin my life.
We need to put a GoFundMe in the comments.
I think I'm going to do a GoFundMe for the Jaguar XKR that Rory chose on the Auto Alex podcast.
That's kind of a shout.
And he said, and Alex said, to look down that camera and actually tell people to buy that car. And he goes, if you are Hamilton, I've got to do it. So I am going to do a GoFundMe to buy a Jaguar XKR, specifically the crash damage one in Birmingham that was featured on the Auto Alex podcast.
Yeah, there's something about that, isn't there? It had to be from Birmingham, or Bradford's the worst one, isn't it? Supposedly.
He said near Birmingham, which to me sounds even more ominous.
Yeah.
Taylor, Rory, and Alex, I'm going to buy that Jaguar. Holy shit! Then another spot of the day. The BMW Z1 with the doors that slide down as opposed to open.
Mental. We are nearly there. Tina the Tigra made it. Apparently there's an engine light on, so that's not great. But we are about 20 minutes away from Auto Alex. So we're sitting here, grabbing a drink, and yeah, I get to see Ralph the Skoda pretty soon.
First little...
Yeah, I can't even shut the door.
I think one more good go and that's going to smack. Okay, that's Aero.
That is fit.
That's active aero. I've seen worse on a McLaren.
Yeah. I'm glad to see that it was one careful lady owner that made sure that the doors were protected. Yeah, but the doors were protected.
To be fair though,
Fucking arches were...
that could have easily been either me or Krista parking next to me, because I must be honest, I haven't taken the best care of this car.
Or blame Taylor.
Or I could blame Taylor, but I won't do that considering we're about to see him.
Unfortunately, plans changed on the day, so we weren't able to film as Taylor was stuck in traffic. But we were able to pick up the car for £200 and, well, we started on our Wales road trip. This then entailed driving from Reading right down the motorway, down the M4, right into Wales. And, well, we meet you in the morning. What's up YouTube? Today we are back with these beauties. Now, we've just come back from picking up the cars from Also Alex. Now my friend Hamilton here, first time on the channel, has this beautiful Tina the Tigra.
Beautiful?
Hey, she's loved, she's ragged, she's here, that's the main thing. And then we have Ralph. Now all this came from a conversation from my friend Hamilton and, well, his buying past. So it might be worth you saying what you've bought from Also Alex.
No, absolutely. So the reason this has all come about was because probably 6 months ago, Auto Alex had a video where they were doing the cheapest tow car plus caravan for 1,500 quid. Alex chose a convertible Beetle and an old E46, half of an E46 3 Series as a caravan.
So you had half a nice car.
It was, yeah, listen, it was a convertible though, so props to Alex for that. Taylor, on the other hand, he had an old 2006 Range Rover L322, 3.6 litre TDV8, and what could only be described as a cottage being towed as a caravan, which was nicknamed the Cara Cottage. I reached out to Taylor and said, Taylor, I have to buy that Range Rover.
And that's cottage?
No, I didn't want the cottage, to be honest with you. I said I had to buy the car, which I did, and then that blossomed into then me buying a very rare BMW 6 Series off Taylor as well, which will be on my channel hopefully very soon. And then Taylor rang me and said, hey, Hamilton, do you want a free car? Which was this one, Tina.
So after communications with Taylor, we ended up asking if this car was welcome as well to be sold. And the reason for that was, well, these did a trip together to Ireland. So what did we think? Well, let's do a Wales trip.
Let's reunite them.
That's what brings us here today. Yesterday we went up and picked the cars up, so you'll have seen that up to this point. And now today, well, we're actually being able to look around these cars and see what we've bought. And to be honest, I'm really impressed.
You do love your Skoda, don't you?
Hey!
You are actually in love with your Skoda. Whereas I'll be honest, the NVH in this car, the noise, vibration and harshness, means that when you finish a long drive in this car, you feel it. But I know VAG products, you do not feel knackered after getting out of one of these after a long drive. So yeah, I think you
sleep in this thing.
I think you've got a good deal here.
I think we've done well. So that's how we got to here. And well, today we're going to go over what cars we bought and what goodies we can find inside them. So let's get into it. And well, I thought it was only right that we start with Ralph. So what's your thoughts on Ralph before I go into anything?
I'm going to be really honest. When we were driving back from Reading yesterday, I would have paid more money than you paid for this car to be driving Ralph as opposed to Tina. But Taylor did say that Tina is a lot better of a drive when the roof is down, and we haven't done that yet. So my thoughts on Ralph at the moment are pretty good.
Well, to be honest, my thoughts are, I love it, to be honest. It's probably the best value for money I've ever spent. £200 for a 234,000 mile Skoda. Now, what is it? It's a Skoda Fabia Elegance, and it's 234,000 miles, and well, it's a 1.9 TDI. I've got to be honest, it's not the quickest, but it's torquey, it's quite nice to drive. The only thing is the gear lever did come off in my hand once.
It did. And if anyone knows anything about these 1.9 PD engines, they are very reliable engines, and this is case in point.
Let's just take a brief interlude. Are you liking, subscribing, and we're following the journey? So jump in the comments, like the video, and subscribe to follow the rest of the journey. So let's get back to Ralph. So the Skoda Fabia really came with some gems in the car, and well, we need to go into that.
Yep.
So first of all, I'm going to lead you round to the passenger side because, well, we started looking through the documentation and, well, we have a lot of it. We have what looks like pretty much full service history, which is insane. And then we found a card. Ends up, happy belated birthday, Alex. And then as we move around the car, well, we can see obviously they road tripped in this. So it's a little bit messy. You can deal with that. Oh yeah, that door doesn't work.
Yeah.
So moving around, we'll then look in the boot when it opens. And inside here, we will find some bits.
Those aren't from a Skoda, are they?
No, they're not. We have a parcel shelf.
Yep.
We have what looks like the back of a boot.
Yeah, that looks very Big Pete shaped to me. Yep. Another Big Pete shaped item. Yeah, I think so.
I think we'll be having a phone call.
I think those probably need to come with us to Food and Fuel. I think they'll probably want those back.
The move, yeah. And there's a certain car we can take them in. So, there were 2 cars on that road trip, and obviously we've already gone over Ralph. But there's an elephant in the room, and it's a Tina-shaped hole. So, Hamilton, what is it? What did you get for free?
Yeah, so it was free, which is the most amazing thing in the world, to be honest with you. So it's a 1.8 SRI engined Vauxhall Tigra. And okay, it doesn't have the torque of Ralph, and we discovered that on the hills yesterday.
Yeah.
I really had to work the gears. But when it does get up there in the rev range, it does go. It does have a bit of pep to it. The only thing we haven't done is put the roof down yet, so that's definitely something I think we're going to do today.
Hamilton's probably got a screwdriver somewhere he shouldn't be, and I look like I'm Mary Poppins or something with this.
Oh, shit.
Oh God. So the road trip starts now, and as you can see, we finally got Tina's roof down. We did nearly break the car.
We did.
But we are away.
We are away.
Let's get going, let's get to Vauxhall House, and then let's go and see what Wales has to offer.
Let's hit the road.
So I haven't really gone over what this car is, and well, it's a Skoda Fabia from 2005. One of the cool things about this Fabia is that, well, it's done 234,000 miles, and I've got to be honest, I think it's aged very, very well. There was a huge anxiety for me driving this home. As soon as I pulled out the Auto Alex garage, of course it needed fuel, and well, it was a new car. The fact is, I've got to be honest, I'm quite used to having Apple CarPlay and other elements, so as soon as I jumped into this, I had nowhere to put my phone. So I was faffing around with Waze, trying to get out of Reading, and well, we made it out. We got there. So once we got out of that space, then it was very much motorway miles, and well, this has served me so well. And I've got to be honest, I'm really impressed. There's no lights on the dash, it runs pretty well. I put £45 worth of fuel in on the drive down, and I've used a $5's worth to get home. And well, that's an over 100-mile trip. So now obviously today, me and Hamilton are off in Wales. So I'm hoping this car will just show me in leaps and bounds why it's so good. And sorry Hamilton, I think I've got the better car. This thing is actually so good. It has heated seats, it has AC, it has definitely an aftermarket head unit. And well, at least I can listen to some music whilst I drive, and it's doing everything really bloody well. The only thing is, of course, that I don't have the modern amenities that people are used to, but for 200 quid, this is probably the best value for money in the world. Like, when you think of what you can buy for £200 nowadays, I'm pretty sure I couldn't buy 2 tyres for this thing. So, really impressed. The only thing I will say is this car definitely doesn't have the curb appeal. Do you like the new car? 200 quid! Oh, as I said, curb appeal, someone I knew noticed the car. Oh, but hey, we move. So, first part of the road trip is here. So I thought, what better than being in Wales? We actually have the most castles per square mile than bringing in to a castle. So look at our 200 scrap beaters in such a beautiful location. So first of all, what's the situation with the car? How's yours getting on? Mine is doing perfectly.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest, mine isn't so great, to be honest. So coming up this hill to get to the castle,
It's not much of a hill.
not much of a hill, but a bit of a hill. The engine light comes and goes on the Tigra. However, it was starting to buck, and the engine light was not, well, it was coming and going, but in very quick succession. The engine light was flashing, which is never a good sign, but I'm sure it's all right.
So hey, we move on, and hopefully Tina's not doing too bad. But I got to be fair, Ralph, I'm loving, to be honest. He's doing his job. He's actually doing really well. In fact, the only light that was on was the screen wash, and well, I filled that up, so we're all good. So after visiting a Welsh castle and showing Hamilton all there is in the Welsh countryside, we headed to one of my favourite places, and that is Vauxhall House. Vauxhall House is there for all things automotive, and well, we had a look around the shop, we had some insane food, and well, let's have a little look at what they've got in stock for sale up at Low Classics. V10 M5. Cali T 7 Series extended wheelbase and S2000. Really nice cars. We are on to the next spot. So we've done the castle, we've done Vauxhall House, and well, the next one I think is the best. The views from the top are absolutely incredible. So let's get there, let's get it done, and let's show Hamilton what Wales has to offer. So we got here, Ralph and Tina have made it and made the journey. And well, I think there's only one thing to settle, and that's which car is better. And well, we can't decide.
Nope.
People we ask can't decide.
Nope.
So we're going to have to ask someone. And it's going to be via call, and it's going to be via Canada. So let's get into it.
An independent adjudicator incoming.
James!
What we got?
Right, okay, we need you to help us because we've got two cars that were destined for the scrapyard mere weeks ago, and we've taken them on an adventure. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, cool. So, first and foremost, we have a Vauxhall Tigra, 2005. I know, it's not great. Listen, it doesn't get better either. 90,000 miles, the roof does not work, and the engine light is on. Okay, that's option number one. Option number two is also a 2005 Skoda Fabia diesel estate, which has done more miles than what it takes to get from here to the moon.
Which is, I've learned, is 1 light second away from Earth.
Yeah, one...
So, the Tigra,
Yeah.
does it have silver seatbelts?
Does it have... Should we go and have a look?
Because I had a Vauxhall Corsa from that year and I had silver seatbelts.
That was your first car, wasn't it, if I remember correctly?
It was, so I'm already somewhat endeared to the Tigra.
Oh, we're already getting endeared to the Tigra!
And it's got the roof, it's got a roof off as well. So
Which,
it's
for
everything.
you being an MX-5, man...
The roof is broken though. We had to use a crowbar to get it down.
Okay, that is points off.
Yeah, it is points off. Let's check the seatbelts. Let's check the seatbelts. Right, come along. I'll grab the mic. Let's see if it has silver seatbelts. It does!
Oh no!
It's got the silver seatbelts.
Instant win, that's it.
Is it the Tigra then?
It's over for the Skoda. Tigra's in.
Oh.
Right, we've got it here. We've got it here. James Inglesman, Throttle House. You, sir, are an absolute legend. Thank you for joining us on this Welsh mountain. And thank you for crowning the Auto Alex Island Road Trip Scrap Car Challenge winner being the Vauxhall Tigra.
It's a pleasure to thank you for having me.
Thank you, James. Take care, buddy.
Have a lovely day, guys.
Cheers, Bo. Bye.
Look at those cars and look at the setting. Now, the cars have both made it. They've had their quirks. They've had their features, to quote Doug DeMiro. And well, we made it. Look at them both. They've made it up the keepers, and well, hopefully they live on for years to come. So here's for cars, and here's for not sending them to the scrap shed. So that concludes our road trip. We're finally home in Ralph the Skoda, and Hamilton has head off back down to Exmouth. And well, I have to say, I'm incredibly impressed with my £200 scrap car from the Auto Alex boys. And a massive, massive thank you to Hamilton for putting it all together, the sale itself or the purchase. And well, a massive, massive thank you to James Inglesman, who told us whose car was best. I still believe it's Ralph, but it's nice to have that secondary opinion. And well, I think the silver seatbelts won it for Tina the Tigra. And well, all I can say now is please like, please subscribe, let me know what you think of this channel and what we've done today in today's video, and what I should do with Ralph. Obviously the opportunity comes, I have a £200 car here. Do I try and flip it and then buy something else for the channel and do so appropriately? Or do I give this away? Whether that's through a raffle or whether that's to someone who's deserving of it and needs a vehicle. The car's 234,000 miles with almost full service history. It's got 10-month MOT and well, it's a solid car with no lights on. So it would be a shame for this to go to the scrapyard. So let me know in the comments. I will see you all soon. Thank you for watching, you lovely lot, and well, bye-bye.
Tina, I'm sorry. Tina, I'm sorry. I love you. They're never gonna know, Dean. No one's ever gonna know.
They're gonna know.
They're not gonna know.
Sorry, Taylor.